All right, so tonight on Behind the Mic, Unfiltered Conversations, I'm here with my girl Kilah, and we gonna get into it about dating in 2026, social media, awkward interactions, and real dating experiences. Now, before we get started, just catch me up on what you've been up to, how you been doing, what's been going on.
Oh, yeah, so I've been doing real good. I just been traveling, living life, things like that. Nothing too crazy.
Shout out to living life. Look, and so I guess I was gonna say, how would you describe dating in 2026?
Oh, trash, basura. There's vomit. There is feces, urine, everything in the dating pool. Like, it's terrible out here. That's why I tell married people all the time, like, y'all need to stay where y'all at. Y'all don't want to be out here in Afghanistan with the rest of us.
Because it is rough out here in these streets, and I don't know why it's
Definitely.
so fucked up right now, but I think COVID had a lot to do with it. Like ever since COVID, dating has been fucked up. People don't want to go on dates. They want to chill in the crib all the time. They talking about let's Netflix and shit. I don't even know you. Like, why am I inviting you to my
Okay.
crib? And so I feel like it's weird now, and we gonna get into why it's weird. So has dating gotten easier for you or more complicated?
I would say now because like I'm older, like I know what I want. So it's easier for me to be able to just like categorize people at this point.
Mm. And so do you think with now having standards and what we know right now, does it create this feeling of, damn, I think I'm gonna be lonely? Or are you waiting like the
Mm.
rest of us, waiting till we find the right person so we can get married, live our best life, travel with the right people, stuff like that? So which one do you feel like, do you have those moments where you like, damn, you see everybody? And that's not me. I don't give a fuck about what they think or how what they doing, but I know people be like, damn, I see all these people and they in relationships and they married and they got children and they got matching dogs and shit. They all happy. Like, I want that. So when is it gonna be my turn? Cause I hear that a lot too.
Yeah,
So for
I think
you,
for me, I would say yeah, I do see people that are married in relationships, things like that, and I'm like, kudos to them. Like, I love that for them. It isn't necessarily like, oh, I'm feeling jealous or anything like that, but I'm definitely waiting until my husband finds me because I'm not gonna settle. There are billions of people out here in the world, and sometimes you just have to go outside of your comfort zone too, because what you may think that you want may not be what you actually need.
see, and it takes maturity to get there. Like I feel like preach this all the time. I think we want certain things. We got these, what we like. But the problem
Mhm.
is what we need may not be our preference. And I'm learning that, and I'm 43. Like, I'm like, damn, even though that's like my lane, that's not might actually not be what I need. And so one day I'm gonna get there. But look, how do you feel about these motherfuckers talking about quantity? Like, it's so many motherfucking women out here. It's so many. It's like I ain't gotta take nothing off of you. I could date this woman. I could date this woman. And how do you feel about quantity over quality?
I mean, there definitely are more women than men out in the world. That's a fact.
Mhm.
So,
Facts.
men talking like that, that's like, yeah, there's some truth to that if we talk about statistics and, what's going on in real life. But quality is different. Like, you're not gonna run into another me. Like, that's just what it is. So
And look,
you
shout out to that because I say that too. I say that all the time. There's a million motherfuckers out here, but they not me.
period in that order. Like, you might run into somebody that, okay, yeah, you might be feeling them, they look good, whatever it is that you got on your little list of requirements or standards and things like that, but they not me. Like, they not gonna be able to give you like that same feeling. They're not gonna be able to move the same way I move. They're not gonna give you that same just anything, whatever it is that you're looking for. And sometimes people
Mhm.
just settle.
And they are settling. I know a lot of people in situations and they settling because they don't want they don't know how to wait. Like I hate people that jump from relationship to relationship to relationship. And I kind of talked to my one of my high school buddies about this last night because he doing the same thing. He just broke up with a motherfucker. And then he trying to
Mm,
go out date and meet a motherfucker, but your life in
mm.
shambles. You got
Not his life
kids,
in
and
shambles.
it is his life in shambles. Like it's in shambles because he has done so much to try to prove his loyalty and his love to a motherfucker that's not giving the same thing back. And I
Mm.
can't be in a relationship where I'm doing
That's
all
that
the
shit
work
I
and
don't
not putting
like.
the effort. And it just seemed like he keeps getting in these situations where that's what's happening. This motherfucker was willing to sell his car for a motherfucker to get them out of like seriously, cause
That's
they
crazy.
illegal. They're illegal. So he was gonna get
Mm.
them like a lawyer, and I'm like, that's going too hard. I'm not selling my car. Now your ass on the run from ICE, and that's not cool, you know.
And that's crazy because you standing like this is their girlfriend or even potential girlfriend. It's not your wife. Like you
It's not.
overdoing it.
Y'all not even married, but you pushing it so hard, and I feel like, you know, he a cancer, so they gonna constantly be doing
Who?
that. Cancers crave love. Like they have to be in some kind of situation, getting some kind of love energy and giving it. And
Mm,
so they put a big emphasis on love and being with somebody and, you know, nurturing some shit. And I'm like, that's cool for the right person. You're not married. And so until you get
yes.
married, you should not be putting all that effort in, and people be looking at me crazy when I say that, but it's the truth. Like, be by yourself, heal, figure out what you like, what you don't like, and like you said, the biggest key is figure out what you need. Like, it ain't about what you want. We all want a big, sexy motherfucker, but the problem is that motherfucker gonna be good for you when it's time to pay bills? Are they
Exactly.
financially stable? Is this motherfucker with a negative 400 credit score? Are they still
Period.
using Chime and Cash App? Like to me, if we finna
Okay,
date
but we have
and
a
you
real
got
bank
Chime and
account.
Cash App and you ain't got no bank, you can't sell me and I got to pay to get my money, we gotta rock. So
Okay, nobody has time for that. Too old for that.
that's what I'm saying. And it's 2026. Like, I don't know. I try to talk to people and, you know, spread some light and some sense because I don't know why this is such a hard topic. Like, I get it. We all want to be loved. We all want to be in a situation, but why you keep putting yourself in situations that you know not gonna work out? It's a waste of your time.
Because they looking for love in the wrong places. They never receive unconditional love from their family. So they looking for
Hmm.
what they're missing. And even
And I
too,
get
like
it,
when
but
it comes to that, people just like people have this fairy tale expectation too of what love look like.
mhm, we all do, like, and to some extent. I mean, you know, it grows with maturity, but we do. We all got that. I want what they talk about in the fairy tales, the Cinderellas,
Mhm.
the Beauty and the
The last
Beasts,
they
but that's
told
not
us.
what. Yes, that's what
Like
I'm saying. Like,
and they
that's
like
what
be
I'm saying.
think about it when you were just saying even too like about Disney. Disney showed us that like for example, Tiana, you gotta kiss a frog until you meet your Prince Charming. Like what? I gotta be with somebody
Yep.
ugly. What you mean? Or even like Beauty and the Beast, same thing. Here we go. And then I don't know who was worth Pocahontas. She was willing to get her whole family killed for a man. Like this is what's being taught. But that's a whole different subject. One you got to get into all that. But yeah,
Nah, we no go for it because this is the platform to do it. Look, that is a whole different subject.
like it's the thing. Like Ariel, she wanted to walk so she could be, so she could be with him.
Human.
Left her family
Mhm.
underwater. All these different things. I mean, and then we got Jasmine. Jasmine told us it's okay to be with a peasant. Like what?
Yeah.
It's not clicking.
It's not real. It's not reality. And like I think we be looking at that as role models to our idea of love. Like a prime example, what I talk about. You know, I seen that. What was the movie with the dogs in Paris and shit?
Oh, I
What was
don't
that
know. Was
movie
it
called?
you said with the dog and the parrots?
with dogs in Paris. It's like they was eating spaghetti and shit, and they was out in that romantic ass
Oh,
Paris. And
not
every time
Lady and the Tramp.
that's what it was, Lady and the Tramp. And
Yeah.
so I feel like people talk about Paris and you see it in the movies. Paris is supposed to be
Mhm.
romantic, it's supposed to be beautiful, it's supposed to be life changing. We went to Paris, and I'm telling you, if I was going there to rekindle my love, we would be filing for divorce. Like, we would be getting a divorce. Paris is
Right.
not what they say it is in the movies, in the dream.
Mhm.
There is some beautiful parts, but it's run down. Shit, they got a lot of
Mhm.
the nice parts got bed bugs. And if you want me to never come see you again, introduce me to bed bugs. I'm never going to visit you. I don't
Well,
want to
got to
talk
worry
to you
about
no
me.
more, and you get blocked. Period. And so, what annoys you the most about dating today?
But people do not be upfront. People be lying. Like, I understand that, a lot of people, they're gonna have a mask up. They're not gonna show you everything at first because they trying to look a certain way. But it's like to just lie and be dishonest and not be upfront. They say one thing and then that's not really what it is. And it's like if you keep it 100, that will cancel out a lot of BS and your time won't be wasted.
Correct. And I feel like another thing that I learned to do too, Keela, I stopped telling people what I like. I
Yes,
tell they ass what
absolutely.
I don't like. I tell they ass what I don't like though at the door. I don't like this. I ain't going. I ain't going. And I ain't trying to be
Period,
mean,
yep.
but I stopped telling people what I like because they try to be there for you. And I've been in
Definitely, that's the
situations. I
facade.
I was with a motherfucker 13 years and I didn't know the real them until damn near year 8. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn,
That's a long time.
that is. But I mean, again, and I was gonna say that too. Like, what's the longest relationship you've been in? For me, 13 years.
5 years, and that yeah. At where I'm at right now in life, I would not be with nobody that long unless we married.
Without being engaged and then married. That's what I said.
Yes,
2 years
yes,
engaged, 5 years
facts.
married. You absolutely right. That's facts. Like,
Because you should
so
know at this point in time if that's who you wanna be with or not.
you should stop wasting people's time because being with somebody 20, 30 years as they girlfriend or they boyfriend is stupid. Like, what y'all doing? Y'all wasting each other's time. Y'all don't love each other. Why y'all still together?
But, people say marriage is a piece of paper, but when that obituary come out and you just in there as a special friend and you don't get no benefits, then what?
And I was telling this, she was a friend of mine. She not now because I can't do Sagittarius, but she was just like, marriage ain't for everybody. And I feel like marriage not for everybody, but I do think that
Mhm.
what people don't understand is not just a piece of paper. It's a commitment in front of God. It's a commitment to each
Exactly.
other. And it's a commitment on paper. Our finances together. If your ass died, the insurance policy coming in my name, vice versa. Like, it's about marriage is not just about us
And
being together.
protection.
It is. It's about protection. Like, if you got kids and like we own property together and you die or whatever and it's going to them and I can't say nothing about it or whatever. And I would never do the kids wrong, but I do feel like if I'm with your ass, hell yeah. If it's mine and we built it together, I'm gonna get my part. Like I'm gonna make sure it
Mhm.
still standing and we do what we need to do to keep it rolling. And so marriage is important, but it now that goes to my next question. Is marriage really worth it now in 2026? Do you think marriage is still worth it?
I think so, but also it comes down to what's your reason for getting married. Because some
Mm,
people, they wanna get married for the benefits, some people wanna get married for love, some people wanna get married just to be married. So it depends on
mm.
what's your reasoning for getting married.
Yeah, shout out to marriage. I still believe in it. I know it's crazy, but now I was gonna say,
I do too.
do people actually want relationships anymore, or they just want to be friends with benefits or whatever the hell they calling it nowadays?
They love them situationship, they love them friends with benefits because at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, it's like when you in a relationship, it's like, "Oh, this the title, this my man, this my woman, this my lady, this" whatever the case may be. But you could just tell somebody like, "Oh, this just my friend." If y'all friends with benefits
That
or y'all in a situation with, because there's no real title. There's no real, and then on
mm,
top of that, it's like there's no real loyalty. Like everything that comes with a relationship, a lot of people don't want to have to deal with. They want to still be
mm.
able to, do A, B, C, and D. And it's like, okay, if that's what you're looking for, once again, make that known. Let somebody know so they can decide if they want to spend their time with you or not. Or, what also happens too, people get in relationships or situationships rather, and it's like they may be exclusively dating and whatnot. However, this person might still be dating somebody else, and now you mad because you don't found out. Oh, they went out with this person. They did this with this person. Y'all not in a relationship, so technically they can do what they
You
please.
can't be mad, yeah. And so I just had this conversation with my cousin, but I think the biggest thing with the situationships, like he was talking about, is that people want the feeling of being in a relationship
Absolutely.
without actually being in a relationship. Meaning, like you said, the respect of coming home and being monogamous and, calling each other, texting, making sure we good, stuff like that. People don't want
Mm,
like, they don't wanna put that effort in, and so they not going to try they like situationships because they can cut it off when they want to. They can get sex when they want to because they know you committed into it. And so I had this
mhm,
conversation with my cousin because I feel like she keep putting herself in this situation where she want a relationship, she wanna be married, but she accept being in a situationship, and then when they dog her ass
mm.
out, she crying about it, and so I was just like, yeah, I mean, it's horrible, but it's just like, when do you realize this is the real definition of insanity? Like, you keep doing the same thing over and over,
Oh,
expecting different
oh.
results, and you not getting it, and you hurt each time. Another thing, I never fuck with nobody I work with, cause we get into it
Mm.
at the crib. I'm bringing it to work. I'm bringing it to work. We finna be arguing and shit. We gonna get fired, and you better answer me when I'm talking to your ass. So I feel like I
I can't
tell
say
people,
that because I have dated somebody that and we was working together. But
I did too.
it was never like it wasn't no weird energy or anything like that. Um, because even while we were still together, at some point we stopped working together.
We worked together, just not in the same department. So that's what made it
Mm,
good for us. Like, we didn't have to see each other, but we did anyway. We made time to like link up or whatever while we was at work. But I
yeah.
never wanted, I try not to do that because I'll bring the shit to work. Like, I'm not, what you mean? We
Patty,
done arguing shit. And that's why my name is Patty. We gonna be arguing at work. We gonna both get fired fucking with me. So like, might wanna not talk to me.
but wait,
Just
you hold on. I'm trying to remember. What shows on yesterday? You was Gemini?
I'm a Taurus. Hell no. Please don't make me a Gemini. I'm a Taurus. I mean, we ain't no fucking better, but I mean, I ain't no Gemini though. Them motherfuckers fucked up. Remember, I told you I still clear them. You talking about who you say a Gemini? You said Angel and
And
James, right? I just talked to Angel like last week. He got shit going on too, but I feel like
when
it's this
don't he
motherfucker out
not
there.
have stuff going on? He used to have stuff going on even before.
I know when we worked at Caremark, and I feel like I don't know why, cause he married, he got a daughter, like, they life should be
Mhm.
good, but I don't know, he talking about he got, like, shit going on, but it's a Gemini, they don't know how to, just live a peaceful life. Them motherfuckers stay in some shit, they stay doing some shit, they
Yes, for
can't
no
sit still.
reason.
That's what I'm saying, it's just like,
It's yeah. Cause even I'm not even gonna go there, but James the same
"No,
way.
go there."
James the same
Uh-uh.
way. Like, what are you doing with your life? I used to be telling him
My
like, you're
cousin like
tweaking.
that. My cousin got a beautiful wife. She a bad bitch. Like Kia, that's her name, Kia. Bad bitch.
Mm.
She take care of the home now. She a little hoish too. And I like it. Shout out to the hoes. Shout out. But you
Oh,
know
we
what?
got
But he a Gemini, and the shit he be doing, I be like, look, I keep me out of that because I tell these Gemini niggas this shit all the time. The problem is when karma hit you, I don't want to be around your ass. If she pull up shooting at your
Okay.
ass, keep me out of that. If she run your ass over with the car, I don't want to be a witness. I don't want to know it. And, like I remember my partner in Milwaukee when I was living in Milwaukee. I had bought him lunch one time and then he was like, man, I'm going to treat you to breakfast. So I go there and I'm like, cool. He got a bitch there telling her to pay for our food. And I'm not okay with that. Like, I could take care of myself. I
Mm,
don't need no bitch buying my food. And you using this
mm,
bitch, I don't even know her. Like, so why would you have
right.
invite me to some shit to get a meal on some woman I don't know? And then you wonder why the bitch put you in jail when you playing in her face.
But you know what? Gemini men always calling somebody crazy. But it's like, what did you do for them to get to that point? They always be into some
The-
stuff. I have a Gemini friend too, and he just like he's like, "Oh yeah, she was crazy. She'll try to fight me." So you telling me both of these women that you were dealing with back to back, both of them tried to fight you? What did you do, sir? Because you did something. They didn't just try to fight you for no reason.
And that's what I'm saying, Keela. This nigga, within the course of 2025 to now, he talked to 3 different bitches. All of them sent him to jail. He keep telling them he on parole. They keep calling his parole officer. They keep locking his dumb
They
ass up.
asking for it.
He done lost about 4, 5 jobs behind these bitches. He done lost his
Mm-mm.
crib. And then I'm gonna tell you what he did that just what made me stop kind of like really fucking with him. He was living with his cousin. So when we was in Milwaukee, all of us was staying at the shelter. I was staying there too because I was trying to get a service that you had to be homeless to get it. And so
Mm.
he left the shelter to go stay with his cousin. Tell me why his cousin and his cousin girl was living together. He was fucking on the cousin girl. Now all them living in the house. And
Wow.
that's what I'm saying. So when the cousin be at work, he fucking on her, licking her pussy in the bathroom and shit. And I'm like, this crazy dude, because if your cousin find out, what you think gonna happen?
Okay.
Then he like, well, me and that nigga ain't that close anyway. Then why live with the nigga? This what I'm saying.
Right.
Like,
That don't make
and
no
so
sense.
when you talking about that Gemini shit, I'm trying to steer clear of it. I don't want no parts of it because that karma gonna
They
smack that
fun
motherfucker.
though, like, they fun, like, to hang out with, you know what I'm saying, like that, but a relationship and I'm a Leo,
Yeah,
so I
nah.
feel like, you know what, the fire in the air is supposed to be a beautiful thing, but oof,
Mm.
they could be something else. Like they cool for like their conversation, going out, intellectual stimulation, things like that. But then it's like which side you gonna get today?
And I can't deal with that. It's exhausting to be entertaining one motherfucker. So 2 personalities is a lot. I'm not doing it. And I dated Geminis. I did 2. I mean, they wasn't back to back or nothing. I'm real skeptical about that shit. And when I dated the first Gemini, that's when I almost went to jail in Bellwood. That's what I'm saying. Like, because I am crazy.
Absolutely.
When I get to a point where I think you trying to play in my face, especially because I'm a tourist, we don't know how to. It ain't no middle ground with us. It's 0 or 1,000. Which one you want? And so this motherfucker mad at me because I didn't want to change a tire. We getting ready to go to the movie theater. You out west. All these niggas on the street. Cause I'm at home, way on the downtown. All these niggas on the street, can't nobody help you change the tire. You want me to come in my clothes before we go out to change this fucking spare out west, and we got to go all the way to motherfucking Maywood to the movie theater, and I live all the way
Mm,
downtown. That shit's stupid. And so you get mad at me. You think you finna go and cheat? Oh, I'm gonna show you bust all the windows out in the crib, fuck the car up, had the golf club whoop
mm.
both they ass. I do not care. Police was called. I went to jail, and I will take that charge because it's okay. And so, no, I won't be doing no more Geminis. I won't be dating another
No.
Gemini. We can't even be friends. I'm good. Let's just look, give me
They
my
can't
space.
even be friends. Man, shout out to
We
my
can't even be
platonic
friends.
Gemini male friends though. I love them. I love them. I just don't couldn't see myself being in a relationship with them.
Some of 'em fun, like, don't get me wrong. Do I have a Gemini friend? No, I still clear them, I'm sorry. I mean, I try to be cool and sometimes, they good for a laugh, but they ain't shit. I can't.
Yes.
And so,
Yes.
no.
Because you already know what comes with
Okay.
it. You already know.
I know, and I look, jail time. I'm trying to tell you, look, I want to stay out of prison. It's 2026. I'm still young. I don't need no life sentences. Okay. Okay. So, what's worse, being single or in the wrong relationship?
The wrong relationship. That's easy.
Am- Amen. Because single is not as bad as people make it. Like, hold out if you can for what you want. Don't just be jumping in those shit just to be like everybody else. And make sure you get what makes you happy. Like, cause it ain't
Exactly.
just, don't get me wrong. I think all of us do that. We be so busy trying to make sure our significant other is happy and pleasing them that we forget what makes us happy. Shit. And what pleases
Exactly.
us.
Can't lose
And
yourself in
so
the
I'm,
process.
yeah, and I'm preaching that 2026. Look, love yourself. Figure out what you like, what you love, and how you want to be treated and love back. Like, cause
Love
putting all that
back.
energy into a situation that ain't going nowhere is stupid. Okay, so are people dating for love or not being alone?
Oh, the latter. These people dating because they don't wanna be by themselves. They want somebody, they just want a companion. They don't even be in love for real, don't even know what love is, what that means, what that looks like, don't know how to have their actions line up with that. No, they're not dating for love. That's what they tell themselves, but in reality, that's not what's going on.
Yeah, it is crazy too. I don't even want to talk about it. You know what? We're gonna move on. So why are people tolerating, well, I guess I want to say, what are people tolerating that they shouldn't?
Some of everything, like you just like one of the things we had already discussed about, just being, with somebody longer than what you supposed to. Just off the strength, like, oh, I've been with this person, this, that, and the third. So being with somebody longer than you supposed to, people be tolerating just like a lot of things that they might consider a red flag. But just because of the simple fact, like, I done been with this
Yeah.
person and not knowing like that's not cool. It's not. You're giving up your values for somebody, and that's when it gets like, nah.
And so I'm playing devil's advocate. Cheating. Let's talk about it. I was gonna
Mm.
say, like, if a person is, say that you married, if you were married as opposed to just being in a relationship, because I'm gonna talk about both situations, but you married and your husband cheat on you, can you still remain in the marriage with him? Will you ever really trust him after being cheated on? Or are you filing for divorce?
I mean, for me, that's like that's a boundary for me cheating. But there's different types of cheating though too, because there's physical, there's emotional, etc. And there's just like certain ones that I don't think I could get over.
So I'm gonna say, we playing devil's advocate again. We gonna say it's well, it ain't just physical, it's everything. They carrying on a whole nother relationship and a whole nother life with
Mm.
somebody else. Could you bounce
See,
back
now
from
that's
that? Do
that's
you
the
think?
ultimate. That's the ultimate. I don't know because if you live in a double life, it's not, especially at that point, like, you having a whole affair, like, it wasn't just a one-time thing. One-time thing is like,
Correct.
I don't know, maybe you was drunk, I don't know. We gonna throw that out there, something like that, or maybe you, like, text somebody something inappropriately, sent an inappropriate picture, whatever, whatever. But to have a whole, like, you got a whole life? No, go be with them. Go be with them. Because at that point,
Okay.
how do I know you still not keeping up with that? After we done discussed it, we done went to therapy or whatever the case may have been. How do I know that? Because now that's like that's breaking somebody trust all the way down.
And I feel like I was gonna piggyback on what you saying. Like, if the trust is broke, I'm never gonna trust you again. I don't care how much you tell me you ain't gonna do it. And so now I'm outside. I'm sorry. I like, and we might as well break up
Mm.
because you trying to continue to be with me. You're not gonna get no respect from me at all. You've already broken it. And so, leading to my next question, you with your husband, y'all been together, y'all married 7 years, and he say for y'all anniversary, he wants to have a threesome. Are you with it or no? And why? Let's answer and
Absolutely
why.
not. Nah, because for one, I'm not finna be sharing my husband. Like, imagine we having a threesome and she's sucking his dick too good. Like, girl, get out the way. Like, no, we're not doing that. And I'm not into women. So for me, I just don't. I know some people they just do it like, oh, it's a good time, it's for fun. No, not into women, strictly dickly. So I'm not with that. And that would have been something that we would discuss too, because I would
You
ask him
say,
like, "This is what you like," because eventually, if this is something that he like, this is eventually that he gonna something he gonna ask for, and I'm already know through the door like, I'm not with that. So yeah, find somebody else to do it. We can
now
go.
I
Like,
want
if
to
you feel
say
like you
we
need
playing
that,
devil's
we
advocate
don't need to be
again.
together.
Now I'm playing out devil's advocate again. Can you be with a man that does not take care of his kids?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's a bad. That is a
Yeah.
terrible quality to have. Like you not taking care of something that's an extension of you. That's like saying you don't take care of yourself. You don't care about yourself.
And I mean, like, and the reason why I say that is because I remember you seen that story on Facebook where old girl paid the dude child support and he was mad at her, like he was cussing her out about it because she paid it out, trying to do him a
Mhm.
justice as his girlfriend. Again, don't do no stupid shit like that. You ain't the wife, but as his girlfriend, and he was pissed, like, nah, bitch, you shouldn't have did that. Like, why would you do
Okay.
that? And so to me, I'm questioning her, like, why would you still be with him and he not taking care of his kids? And he mad at you for paying off his child support, which why are you even doing that? And so yeah, that was my thing with
Okay.
that.
Cause people doing
So
anything. That doing anything.
it's yeah, they is just doing whatever. Is social media helping or ruining relationships?
I feel like social media, first of all, social media is fake. That's the first thing. So helping or hindering, it's a catch 22 because it can kind
It
of go
is.
both ways. I feel like it can be helping in a sense of like showing people like, oh, there's still men or women out here that's doing A, B, and C. But hindering though too, because sometimes people look at like what other people are receiving and feel like that's what they need to get. And you might not be with a person that can give you that. Like you want somebody to propose to you, somebody jumping out the skydiving, a band or whatever the case may have been. Maybe the person you with, they don't have the funds like that to do something like that, but they're still gonna make sure that they can do something, for real, like on their level, what that might look like. People decorate the hotel rooms, they might rent out a little spot
Mhm,
somewhere, something that they can do. And sometimes people, they got them looking at their person like, why you didn't do this for me or why you can't do that for me?
mhm. And so I'm feeling like, well, is romance dead then? Do you think romance is dead? Is romance dead or people just they not can enough to be romantic?
I don't think it's dead. I think that some people don't even really know how to be romantic for real. But this 2026, you can go on TikTok, Google, chat, whatever you need to go on and ask the how to be more romantic or what does that look like? I mean, you could just ask the person that you with though too, like what is it that they might want more from you? But I don't think it's dead. It's just that people they just get so comfortable just doing whatever it is that they doing and thinking like, okay, this.
And that's what I was gonna say too. Like, I'm glad that you just said something. I want to piggyback off of it. Why is it so hard for people to communicate with each other about what a person might like? Like I notice, like they'll be like, "Yeah, Kilah, you need a man to do you like this because this what I." They don't ask you what you like. Like they don't say, "Well, damn, what you like to eat? What's your favorite type of food? What's your favorite color?" They just like generalize you with the rest of these stupid motherfuckers. Or they may not just generalize you, they may more so thinking that, well, I think all women like this. I think all women should be happy that I'm doing this. And it's just like, why is it so awkward to say, hey, what do you like? What do you not like? Where do you want to go on a date? What type of food do you like movies? Like, why is that so awkward in 2026? And that's what I'm saying. I don't understand why it's so awkward. Like I was talking to my sister about this, and the guy he like first of all he invited her out, but he was waiting on her outside of the place in the car, and he had like a bottle of alcohol. Like, yeah, let's get drunk before we go in there. And my sister was like, "Don't do this again. This is not a good look." And she said, like, instead of him asking her what she like, he kept assuming because of the way she looked, the way she dressed, and stuff like that, that she like going to the All-Star game, trying to get a basketball player and stuff like that. And she was saying that although I look a certain way, I'm in shape, that don't mean that I'm outside. Like I'm at home with my son, I'm going to church, I'm at work, I'm doing stuff like that. I do go out, but you should ask me. And so why is that not a thing? Like what happened to communication between not just men and women, because there's men and men dating, there's women and women. Like, there's no communication across the board. Why is that? Mhm. And I don't know about you, but I hate feeling like I'm pulling teeth in a conversation. Like if we texting and I'm constantly the one pushing the conversation and asking you things and stuff like that, I'm already bored. And I got ADHD in everything I do. And so if you not gonna hold my attention, like I'm automatically gonna stop texting. I'm bored. I don't care now. Like so I feel like that's how I am with people. It's not hard to have a conversation. You can talk to literally anybody and you can connect with people no matter who they is, what their skin color and all that. And it's not as hard as people think. Just ask them, hey, how you doing? A smile and you have a good day or go a long way. But some people, you never know what people going through. And I've learned that, like being around when I'm flying out here and there. I meet a lot of flight attendants and we just be kicking it. We be talking and I'm like, yeah, you know what, the band. And I remember I was in a hospital. I had to go and I had to stay overnight and all my nurses were Tauruses. And we were kicking it. I'm talking about I'm holding them up. They like, look, you gonna get us in trouble. I'm like, look, but do y'all do this? Do you think like this? And so people have a lot of similarities and they don't even know it. But you would never know that because y'all don't know how to have a conversation with a motherfucker who's standing right next to your ass. And so that goes to my next question. Is perception more important than a connection? Ain't that the fucking truth? Like, I don't understand that either. I see people and correct. And that happens quite a bit, especially with social media. So I absolutely believe that. I think people think perception is more important. They more concerned about the way it looks and actually how it plays out and what reality really is. And so that's kind of strange too. But let's talk about these awkward motherfuckers. So have people forgotten how to approach people in real life? Mhm. Correct. And I think too, to piggyback off of that, we playing devil's advocate again. Or how important are looks to you in the like when you're looking for a partner, or is it more about character, their morals, their beliefs, stuff like that? Or and could you date a ugly motherfucker, but they a good person? Like they butt ass ugly too. I'm talking about it always look like they crying. You said well, let's say this. Let's say you might not be attracted to his ugly ass, but he rich to the motherfucker and willing to take care of you for the rest of your motherfucking life. Could you do it? You like and live. Nah, you still wouldn't do it. You still wouldn't do it. Well, you know what? So I ain't gonna even lie. I'm gonna tell you one of my stories because we're keeping it 100. This is what they call it shit. it's this undisclosed conversations, goddamn it, and so it's unfiltered. Okay, so I remember when I was like younger, I was dating a motherfucker who did have it. They was ugly as fuck, and it's hard to have an ugly light skinned motherfucker, but this motherfucker face looked like a pepperoni pizza. I'm talking about blemishes everywhere. When I like, we used to make fun, and I used to be like proactive solutions and shit like I'm rude as fuck. I'm sorry. I'm better now. But back then I was only 17. This motherfucker was in their 30s. And so lived in the penthouse down there. Right. Money, had given me everything and we would go out, but it wouldn't be like nobody knew us in public. Let me tell you what fucked me up. I go to the prop house over there on Elston. And we in the prop house, and this motherfucker walks up to me with they friends, and I'm with my friends. What's up, baby? And I'm like, shit. And my friends looking at me like, who the fuck is that? And I'm like, just a friend of mine, being real casual about it. But I had to say face because, that still was my bag. I was getting my own money, but that was part of my bag too. But like you said, I did it when I was younger. I can't do it now. Like if I can't stomach your face and the way you look or whatever, I don't care how nice you is to me. You got to be something about you. Got to be like, okay, I can do this. And so yeah. But what was your most awkward first date? And I'm gonna tell you mine too. Yeah. Hey, okay, so I'm gonna tell you mine. So, most awkward date. I'm living in Memphis, Tennessee. I had met this motherfucker. We had been talking on the phone, texting for weeks. And so we go on this date. And it actually was a double date. I took my cousin with me or whatever. We get to the place and we having a great conversation and we're talking about what we do for work. This motherfucker is the people that embalm the bodies at the funeral and shit. And I am very spiritual. And so I'm about energy. Like when you around dead bodies and spirits and shit, you bring that energy with you. And so I was just like, oh yeah, did I forget to mention that? Yeah, I'm the one that do the bodies at the funeral parlor. And it's a dope profession. It gotta be done. But I was like, but you chopping up dead motherfucking bodies all day? Nah. I don't I don't know if I could be okay with that. Where you is, like you working in the morgue and shit, like that's a lot. Like, and so it got really awkward after that. Like I didn't shut down. I still, was continuing with the day, but I was like, yeah, this gonna be my last time seeing you. Yes, cause this no hell no. Okay, so what is your instant turn offs on dates? Dirty ass clothes. I don't care if you did just get out work. You don't come on no fucking date with me and you just got out work. Go home, wash your ass, brush your teeth, comb your hair. I hate a motherfucker with beat up shoes and they look like they done had them forever. I know people say, and it ain't like you gotta buy like the highest Jordan. I didn't ask you to show up in no Gucci or no Jordans and no shit like that. I'm saying just have a decent pair of shoes on. Like, why is these motherfuckers beat up like they almost walking by themselves? And so, yes, like shit like that. You said bad hygiene. You know what turned me out too? I hate a motherfucker that got like dirty ass nails. Like your nails is dark and you got fungus. That shit is a turn off. Like, put some clothes on, get dressed up. We here to dress to impress. Get your shit together. Like, and so yes, I'm absolutely with you on that. Okay, so are people better at texting than actually talking on the phone? And people don't know how to do that either, which I don't understand. But yeah, but I'm not going to stunt. I'm a texter. I like to text. It's rare that you gonna see me on the phone. Like, but I don't mind having a conversation. You can call me. I talk to people all the time. It ain't gonna be all motherfucking day, but we can talk. You got 10, 15 minutes before I gotta move around. And so I was gonna say, what is the worst date that you ever had? Oh wow. Oh wow. Okay, so I got 2. I'm gonna tell you about mine. I got 2. So the first one was when I first moved to Minneapolis, I dated this motherfucker who used to do hair. And then I broke up with them because they got corny as fuck or whatever. And so I started talking to this motherfucker who be hanging out around my building when because I used to live down there on 15th and Park. Shout out to 1515 South Park with the Somalians. Shout out. And so we come to find out the motherfucker that I was on the south side. And come to find out the motherfucker that I used to date sister was dating the motherfucker that I started dating's brother. And so I show up for this big, all out big date, like triple date. And all it's awkward. I'm talking about the tension is so motherfucking deep up in here. You could cut it with a knife. Cause the person that I was, they hate the motherfucker that I'm dating now. And so I'm like, damn, like how? And when I walked in there, the sister recognized me. That's what really put me on blast. She like, damn, I remember you. How you been doing? And I'm like, shit. The second worst date that I've been on was that, we had went out to eat. We had a nice time. We hit a bar. We went back to the crib, and this motherfucker's cousin pulled the gun on us, thought we was trying to break in the house. And in Milwaukee on the north side, and I don't even do ghetto shit like that. And I wasn't scared of nothing. I just was like, this awkward though. It's 3 o'clock in the morning and you on ass motherfucker. Like, what is this? And so yeah, I know I say, man, y'all a little overstimulated over here. And that goes to my next question. What is the biggest red flag you ignored? Well, like, far as dating, we're gonna put it in the dating pool. Like, what is one of the? Cause well, what if they stay downtown? What if they stay downtown? Mm. No, you not lying. I think the biggest red. True. I mean, and you ain't lying. There's ways to make money, you know what I'm saying? With your vehicle if you want to pay your whatever. But you gotta have that drive, which is what we talked about last night on the show. Like, you gotta have that in you to hustle and get what you want. If you don't have that drive, that's a red flag for me. I can't have no motherfucker, you still working part-time at this big age. And if you working part time, you better be driving DoorDash, Uber. You better have all these different things to supplement your income because how are you surviving? I don't have time for a motherfucker that got $1 million on worth of jewelry, clothes, and then you ain't got a place to stay or you sleeping on somebody's couch. Or you 40, 50 years old and it's 5 or 6 of y'all living in a crib. And it's different when you a shorty, but the older you get, you should have goals. You should be, you know what I'm saying? Like when you turn over 30, that's when you should start kicking it into high gear. By 40, you should be on your job at least damn near 20 years trying to retire. Like you should have goals and plans and not still trying to figure it out. So that's me with the red flags. Like I see shit like that. I look at how you treat your mother and your family if you close with them because the way you treat your family is the way you gonna treat me. If you beefing with all your family, nobody like you, mean you a problem and you ain't doing the work. Also, accountability. Like, a red flag for me is a motherfucker who never accountable for nothing. Like, everything is everybody else's fault. You never did these things yourself. You never took any accountability about it, but you really the problem. And then a motherfucker like, I don't do this. I don't kiss. That's a red flag. Fuck you mean you don't do this? What you mean you don't kiss? Like, what the fuck? What kind of relationship we finna have? Compromising. Mhm. And then I like you said, red flag, motherfucker who can't have a conversation. Like we sitting there and it's just and it's okay. Like, cause the older you get, the more you mature, the more you know what you want, and you should have red flags. Anytime motherfucker doing something, or broken families, broken family. It is. And it's all of they like another thing that's a red flag too is that it's never your fault. It's all their fault why y'all ain't together, why it didn't work out, why you don't have contact with her. It do. And that's what I'm saying. I hate seeing that for women. Like, I'm gonna tell you something that bothers me. 2 times that I've ordered from Instacart, the one girl that dropped my groceries off, she 9 months pregnant. She literally was due at the end of March, the 27th. And she out here carrying groceries by herself. There is no man around to help her while she's out here Instacarting by herself, and she 9 months pregnant. And, to me, that bothers me because where's the man at? Like, should no man and you 9 months pregnant, even if you out here driving, he should be carrying the bags for you. And so when I see her get out the car, I wouldn't even let her grab the bags. I said, "Give me this shit. Like, you ain't got." I was like, "Girl, what the hell your ass out here doing? Still carrying bags?" I said, "When you do?" She like, "I'm due any day now." And I'm like, "Dude, this is not okay." And then another thing that bothered me, this Hispanic girl dropped my groceries off 2 days ago, and she carrying her baby in her arm while she doing it. Like her little 2-year-old toddler. And where's the nigga at? And even if he at work, why are you doing this by yourself? Get somebody else to help you while you're doing this. You got your baby with you. This dangerous. Cause something pop off, you got your baby in your arm. And she like, "I'm so sorry. I got." Go ahead, go ahead. And she was like, and that's true. Like, I think you have to be careful when you selective about, like, when you 16, 17, of course, you don't know about selecting your baby daddy. But the older you get, you got to get a baby daddy of quality, meaning that is he going to be a father? Is he going to be a husband? Like, because just having kids with a motherfucker, just to be having kids with a motherfucker is not okay. And then look, y'all need to manage the motherfucking kids, cause I hate badass kids. It bother me. It give me anxiety when they all loud and they tearing shit up, especially my shit. Like, we finna have a problem. And so, I don't know, like, but okay, so you say you ain't got time for the baby mama drama, but playing devil's advocate, you married your husband, and he has one baby mama, one son. And every time he come over there, the little boy tearing up your shit in y'all house and being very disrespectful. And when you whoop his little ass. Now the baby mama got a problem with you, like, you not finna be touching my motherfucking son, and she all in your face. What you doing? Correct. Correct. If he is that type of man, because you got some men that won't stand up. They not men. I don't know what that is, but they won't stand up and do what they need to do and stand their ground. And like, another thing that bothers me with niggas nowadays, and you absolutely right, you said it, like, look at you. Why the fuck would you try to talk to me and you know you ain't up to pot? You know what I'm saying? And so they be mad because they get rejected, but you being fucking weird, like you are. Just because you think you got the clap to be talking to that woman, and y'all, like, I tell men, women, whoever they somebody that's in your caliber, meaning that if you a everyday conservative ass nigga, stop trying to date the bitches that's outside. If it's hot girl summer for her, you gonna be bothered because she shouldn't have to cover up. And like this dude was telling me that he want a bitch covered with a body covered all the way up to here. Like, what the fuck is that? And so I don't. He just told me I'm conservative and I just want a woman covered up. But women, if they want to dress sexy, let them. Nobody wants to fuck the bitch that got a sweater on. Like, and so you don't want to fuck the bitch. You looking at her and you looking like, what the fuck? But you get mad because you can't handle the woman that is sexy and she cool in her sexiness. Like, you don't know how to deal with a woman like that. And so it bothers you that she don't want to be bothered with you, but you being weird and you being corny. You should not be able to tell no woman what to wear, how to wear, tell her what to do with her body. You know, I hear men saying they hate bitches wearing leggings, but nigga, let that woman, long as she ain't wearing the same leggings. That's what I say. Like, if the coochie pie wore out on the leggings, bitch, get you a new pair. Like, that's what it should be. I know, but nigga, make sure the tee white. Like, cause a lot of times it be beige, brown, mother of pearl. It got the little musty spots and shit under the arms. And so that shit go both ways. Like, it's not a gender thing. It's about is hygiene. Like you said, the first people don't understand first impressions is everything. I might rock with you at least to let you have a conversation with me and get to know me. But if you walk up, your breath stinking, your clothes dusty, your shoes dusty, you know, you got a dusty ass attitude, you got a chip on your shoulder. And I mean like what they say, a large chip on your motherfucking shoulder. No, I don't want no motherfucker with no attitude all the time. And then don't be mad when I check your ass, cause you gon' get checked. Like, okay, so what was the moment that you knew it was over? I guess we'll talk about relationships. Like, what's a moment in your relationship when you know is this a wrap? And like, we not gonna be able to move forward. Yeah. I don't know. I want a motherfucker to miss me. So I don't want to do it all the time because I'm gonna get tired of your ass. But I do want to do that. Yes. That's facts. That's fact. I that's not cap. That's facts. I think for me, you know how I know it's over and my 13 relationship year is how I knew it too, is when we can't even have a conversation without us arguing. And when we go out on dates and we all in our phone, cause to me that annoys me. That's a red flag too. Like if we in a restaurant and you on Facebook and you talking to these millions of other people while you there with me, that don't normally happen. But if it do, you getting checked and I'm walking the fuck out. I will. I'll leave. And I feel like that's and then that's another thing too. Another red flag for me is a person that every time somebody walk in the room, they all in their business or they looking around and they staring at motherfuckers and shit. To me, that's awkward. It is like, and I don't feel no kind of way because I'm not threatened by no motherfucker, but I think it's disrespectful. I guess that's the word that I want to say it. Like it's disrespectful. We are on a day. I took the time out to come here and entertain your goofy ass, and I feel like you should give me the same respect. If you want to be on your phone, I could do the same thing. And so I broke it off my 13-year relationship on New Year's Day. Cause I feel like I said if we can't get through one day, we arguing about food, we arguing about everything, and I just hate the way you chew. And it gets so bad when I hate to hear you breathe, I know it's time. Like you sitting there, you breathing, and I want to stab you in your face. Like that's how I know it might be time for me to. Yes, it is. Like it sounds crazy, but to be honest, it's the truth. Like that let me know you getting on my nerve. Like you starting to bother me, and so yeah, that's how I know it's over. Okay, so rapid fire. We gonna call this rapid fire. Dating for love or attention? Which one you prefer? Is ghosting acceptable? Hell yes, it was. No, they ass no. I'm gonna be honest with you. Ghosting is acceptable to me because I feel like no response is a response. That's what my sister told me. Like I'm all about. Like I remember I was on tag and this motherfucker don't even no response is a response. And the reason why I say that, like I remember this motherfucker don't even know me, and they do this shit on Facebook too. They be asking you for money. Do I look like a charity or a bank? Hell no. And you don't even know me. And so I be giving them this whole spiel, this whole conversation. And like, I checked this nigga in Milwaukee because I'm sitting at the light going to Walmart. And he brings his whole ass over there. He like, can I borrow $10, dog? No. For what? Are you going to work? I ran out of gas. I said, are you going to work? No. So why the fuck are you driving with no gas in the car and you ain't going to work? Where you going? I say, well, I don't give a fuck where you going. It's not my problem. Like, you a grown ass man. You able body. Get a fucking job. Like, get you some money out here. It's too much work out here. And niggas don't want to work. They expecting you to just be taking care of their bum ass life. Like, I'm not doing that. So hell no. I got a problem with that. Yes. So ghost they ass. Okay. Are standards too high or they finally getting where they need to be? Correct. We already said this, but does people want commitment or options? Yeah, I know this shit's stupid. Are people emotionally unavailable? I agree. Have you ever yourself ghosted someone? And it's okay if you did. I ghost people all the time. I'm sorry. I don't have time. If you being awkward and weird, I know what you talked about. I know what you talking about. And then if you gotta lead with this, that mean yes, I'm like, I feel like you gotta lead with this. And I'm an exclusive person. If you for everybody and everybody got access to you, I don't want it. I want something that shit surprise me. Make sure I want exclusiveness. And so if your ass is for the streets, I'm gonna keep you in the streets. I'm not even gonna take you off your little mat to do what you got to do. And then I was going to say, have you ever dated for I know, right? That shit is weird too. But you got bitches that do it and niggas too. Now, again, I just talked about that. Stalk social media before a meeting. I have, because I need to know what's going on in your life. I look, and I'm not being weird about it, but I am getting the 411 on who you are as a person because you really who you are in your page. That's who you project and your perception that you giving off. That's who you is. So if you hate black people, of course, I'm finna be like, no, I don't want to be bothered with your ass. So yes, I do stalk social media before. Now, have you ever doubled back with an ex after you've been done? And would you do it now? That's what the fuck I said. Like, I don't double back. And like the motherfucker from the 13-year relationship was like, we should get married. Why? So I can break up with your ass and divorce you again? Like, what the fuck? And so, no, we not doing that. We too motherfucker old to be doing them childish ass games. Now, playing devil's advocate. Here I go again, playing devil's advocate. Now I'm gonna tell you how I feel about it, but I'm gonna start with the conversation. So, interracial dating, and for me, like, don't get me wrong, I've dated outside my race. I still do, but to me, for me, in America in 2026. I'm going to date somebody African American because nobody is gonna know what I go through like another black person. For me, now, I'm not saying that it's wrong. I don't saying that you shouldn't do it. I believe you should love who you want to love. Long as you ain't fucking on no kids and no animals, do you? And so how do you feel about people who date outside their race but tear their own race down to make them feel better about doing what they doing? Cause I don't know if that's like internal guilt or if it's like just foolishness because they think that's gonna get them some brownie points. But how do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel about interracial dating? How do you feel about people who tear down the black community to say they want to date outside their race because they've been burned before and they can't handle black man or a black woman? Like, how do you feel about that? Mhm. It's sad, and the reason why I say that, like, again, I've dated outside my race. I was with motherfucker that I worked with was white, but the problem is when those riots was happening, remember we were having all the riots when they killed homeboy in Minnesota and all these black people were dying or whatever. And Floyd, all them, and all this shit was going on. And the problem that I had was that again, this motherfucker is white. They don't understand that their white privilege, and I was trying to explain the difference to them. That's like when you done had 3 DUIs, you done crashed your car, you done almost killed people, and again when you get pulled over by the police, you going home afterwards. But me, on the other hand, who has never had a DUI, because black people has to be damn near perfect and we still get persecuted. I've never had a DUI. I've never had any drug cases or no shit on me. And I get pulled over and I had to wonder, am I gonna make it home to my family, my friends, and back in peace. And I was trying to explain the difference, and it was like my cop friend told me black people always have an attitude. We always have an attitude with police because why the fuck you pulling us over? I ain't did shit wrong. Ain't shit wrong with my car. I ain't ran no light or no shit like that. Why do you feel the need to keep fucking with me? Meanwhile, stupid motherfucker Dan running lights, tearing or killing people and shit like that, and y'all say nothing to him. And so, yeah, I think that would be my problem. Like, especially if they have parents that don't like black people, which this particular person's parents were Polish and they don't like nobody who ain't Polish. You know what I'm saying? And so I remember being at my friend Kyle's house. She's a white girl, and her grandma was like, "You still be hanging with that nigger?" And I'm like, and she said it on speaker, and I'm standing right there. Look how you look. See, that's what I'm saying, and it's just like, at what point that shit is ridiculous. And so yeah, like I have to understand that they are different races and they have their opinions. I've had situations with Puerto Ricans, all type of shit where it just gets real uncomfortable. And so for me, no digs to interracial dating. I think it's cool. I follow Dr. Umar and I think Dr. Umar says it perfectly right. And that's why I get mad at these brothers who got good jobs, who go to church, they God fearing Christian men, and they dating and getting these white women having all these mixed ass babies with issues. They are. It is. Or he's selling drugs. Or he's selling drugs. He doing some shit illegal. Which is sad. Have a black fetish. They got a black fetish. Yeah, I know. And I think that's crazy too. Like I'll be looking at the NBA drafts, and you know what bothered me is that a sister helped these black men get there. It was a sister that was behind them, pushing them, to go hard. The minute they get these contracts, they date, they marry some white bitch, and they make her a millionaire. But what about the woman, the black woman that was behind you that helped you get there? That bothers me. I don't know if it bothered you, but it bothered me. Correct. And that's why I tell motherfuckers, stop building these motherfuckers up. Cause I've learned that, like, I never had that issue, but I've seen it. Like, when you build a motherfucker up from nothing, they bum ass don't even deserve you. And I feel like you build them up, and then they get to a point where they think they better than you. And so now they look with somebody they think is in their caliber, but from jump, they was never in your caliber. And so I tell people, stop building these motherfuckers up. They don't already come assembled. Return their ass to sender. Like we not doing that. We not for real. We not. Shout out to motherfuckers coming to you fully assembled, healed, and ready to actually get in a situation. Cause if they not ready, we not doing it. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear your excuses. I don't care what you going through. I don't care that all your kids and child support beating you down. I don't give a fuck. But the problem is the problem is they work to build them up and they don't even appreciate it. So can you imagine a motherfucker treating you like they better than you? Yeah, and you came from nothing, and I actually made you, raised your dumb ass, basically. And so we were talking about that last night. Like, we not raising no grown ass men, and that's what I'm saying. I'm basically birthed your dumb ass, and so we not doing that. Like, we not gonna even, get into us trying to build no motherfucker up, because we at this grown ass age where if you don't come already assembled, return they ass to sender. Shout out to that. Like so. So, my last question. What's one truth people don't want to hear about dating today? One thing they don't want to accept. Yeah, they did. And it does. It takes work. It does. It takes work. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of determination. Like, you have to compromise. And I think people don't understand that. Like, when you marry, y'all moving as one. And you have to learn too that y'all have to be on the same page and on the same team. Like, we playing together. We not doing no 1-on-1. When we on the court, it's us against them. And so until people get to that mindset, they never gonna work in a marriage because everybody's so selfish. And then, like you said, be honest with your partner. If you got a weird ass fetish and you want to be beat and pissed on, tell them when you meet them. Stop waiting until y'all been married 6 years and be like, bad, bad. I like to be pissed on. Like that shit is weird. And so be upfront with people, be honest, and they do. I mean, look at that bitch. What's her name? Is it Pam Bundy or Christy Nome? Her man like the cross dress. She ain't that bitch. You running the whole motherfucking department. Uh, oh wait, it said you stop. Well, you know what? We done. Well, shout out to that. Can you hear me?